What's up guys, it's Cadaddle, and welcome back to the Halo 3 Pimps at Sea Alpha. In today's video, we're going to be doing a comparison on the vehicles from the Halo 3 Alpha to the current Halo 3 version in MCC. If you don't know what the Pimps at Sea build is, it's an alpha version of Halo 3 that was used for testing over Xbox Live about a year before Halo 3 came out. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started and see how these vehicles changed from alpha to the current version of MCC. Starting off on high ground here with the Alpha Ghost. You can see it has very nice reflections, a vibrant pearlescent purple and blue paint job, and the model itself is overall finished. And on the final version of the Ghost, you can see the colors are not as vibrant, and the Ghost itself has these red markings on the side of the Ghost and on the wings. If you know what those markings mean, please let me know, because I'm actually not sure what those red markings are. Another thing I noticed about the Alpha Ghost is it actually has a kickstand that props it up and holds it off of the ground, and in the final version of Halo 3, that kickstand is not present and the Ghost just sits idly on the ground by itself. I'm not sure why the kickstand was removed. You can see in the alpha version, if I walk into the Ghost, it actually falls off the kickstand and hits the ground. Moving on to the performance of the Ghost, the sound effects are still using the Halo 2 sound effects with the higher pitched humming sound. The speed, handling, and acceleration all feel pretty similar. The boost effect is actually much different in the alpha version, with what look like flames coming out of the wings when you boost. And on the final version, the wings have more of a light effect that leave a trail behind the Ghost when you boost. When firing the Ghost, the sound effects and fire rate are actually carried over from Halo 2. And in the final version, the fire rate is much slower, and it feels like it packs more of a punch. Moving on to the Warthog here, and the Warthog is actually about 99% complete, aside from how it handles. Everything visually about the Warthog appears to be finished, and the sound effects from the alpha are the same as the final as well. Driving around the alpha Warthog, I felt that it's actually very responsive. The acceleration from 0 to top speed is much faster than the final version, and it can also drift around corners much easier as well. The final Warthog, however, feels a bit more sluggish. The acceleration is a bit slower and there's less traction on the tires, making it more slippery than the alpha version. You can see it doesn't keep as much speed after you come out of a drift as the alpha version does. Up next here we have the Wraith, and much like the Ghost, the Wraith has this very nice looking pearlescent purple and blue paint, and the model is also complete as well. The final version of the Wraith, the colors are a bit more washed out, and it also has those red markings on the side of the body. Getting into the Alpha Wraith, you can actually see the cannon on top is always in a fixed position instead of being housed inside of the Wraith. I'm pretty sure this is just because the Wraith is lacking animation in this build and it's basically just a static prop. You can see when I shoot the cannon, the cannon doesn't move at all. The blast just kind of comes out of the top of the Wraith. And you can also hear the Wraith is still using the sound effects from Halo 2. In the final version of the Wraith, the cannon comes out of the top as it should. The circular engine part on the back is animated, and the Wraith also has the newer sound effects. Taking a look at the Wraith turret, in the alpha, the POV of the camera appears to be more over the shoulder, and the plasma it shoots looks more beam-like, and the turret actually uses the sound effects from the Halo 2 plasma rifle. In the final version, the camera is much further away, and the turret has newer visual and sound effects. Next we have the Mongoose, and the Mongoose, much like the Warthog, looks to be complete. But don't let those looks fool you, because just because it looks complete does not mean it sounds complete. You can hear the Mongoose sounds like it has a much more rattly engine compared to the final build. Similarly to the Warthog, the Alpha Mongoose has a much faster acceleration from 0 to top speed than in the final build. The final version of the mongoose here, you can see the acceleration takes a bit longer to get from 0 to top speed. The tires, like the final warthog, also have a little bit less traction on them, which makes it a little more slippery when drifting around corners. But other than that and the sound effects, the mongoose is pretty much finished. Last but not least here we have the banshee. And if you played Halo 2, you'll be able to tell right away that this banshee is ported straight over from the Oracle campaign mission in Halo 2, compared to the final version of the banshee we see here that has the nice purple Covenant colorway with the red markings on the side as well. Something's actually wrong with the alpha version of the banshee, that for some reason, entering the banshee increases the brightness of the game and washes out all of the colors until you exit the banshee. Handling wise, it feels copy and paste from Halo 2, with the boost speed and the non-boost speed from Halo 2. And you can also do flips and barrel rolls as well. So it's pretty much, they just ported this banshee over straight from Halo 2. Shooting the banshee actually uses the plasma rifle sound effects from Halo 2. And you can also shoot banshee bombs. In the final version of the banshee, I think the boost speed may be just a bit faster, and doing flips and barrel rolls actually keeps you steadily moving forward instead of being able to do them in place like the Alpha Banshee. Shooting the final version of the Banshee is nearly identical to the Alpha version of the Banshee. They both have the exact same fire rate, and they both are able to shoot Banshee bombs. The only difference here is the sound effects and visual effects of the plasma itself. So yeah, that was the vehicle comparison from the alpha version of Halo 3 to the final MCC version of Halo 3. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.